I have been in the Nutcracker for 37 years. It's hard to believe, but it has been 37 years. My first role in the Nutcracker was an angel. We wore white sheets and we walked around the stage and we had pipe cleaner halos. And I thought I was the coolest. Well, we were on stage with a Sugar Plum Fairy. 5 years old, that's pretty cool. So we used to have guest artists come in and do Sugar Plum and Cavalier, which as a little girl was so exciting because I was on stage with real ballerinas. And I was Clara and I got to hug the Sugar Plum Fairy, and that was something growing up that was really, really special, that I got to be on stage with these professional dancers. The production itself, it's grown so much in 40 years. It was our parents and us. There was no union that was coming in and loading and doing some of the things, putting costumes in places, setting up dressing rooms. It was us. Well, and like carrying the boxes of t-shirts and putting up the posters for that. And we did lots of things. We marched in parades in our costumes and pointe shoes. It was the way it was, we never thought anything different. A memory that captures the spirit of Maine State Ballet is a couple years ago during a performance. Everything started buzzing. It was time for us to get out of the building. So we all went outside. Everybody made sure everyone was out there. There was no panicking. And of course, it's December, so there's snow on the ground, and it just happened to be raining. Pointe shoes on wet ground, not necessarily the best. So a lot of people actually were holding dancers who were in pointe shoes, and it was just really nice to see, offering jackets, people who hadn't been on stage, bringing, grabbing as they go out the door their jacket or an extra something. A few minutes later, the fire department cleared it. Apparently it was burnt cookies, and we all went back in and started the show all over again as if nothing had happened. The show must go on, and I think that's something about us that really captures the spirit. Like, the show goes on, and that happened, and no one was really fazed by it, and we had a great show. I've been here as a teacher for a long time, and I have seen many of my students grow up. I had Kirby when she was 7. And we ended up dancing together in demi-solo roles, and it was fun to think that I had a part of her performing and her training. And of course I've had quite a few students at this point that have performed and graduated. So as most dancers get sad when it comes to be their last Nutcracker, we would always be crying backstage and after the show, and because it was going to be our last Nutcracker. That was going to be it. We would cry, and Janet and I were still here, and we were still crying as if it was our last Nutcracker. And here we are, we're still here 37 years later. One of my favorite Nutcracker traditions is the last Sunday. We do warm up to Christmas carols and holiday music. It marks the end of our run. It's something I really look forward to because it's just a great, great time.